Folks, welcome to the 27th edition of Attitude. I am your commentator, as always, Antoine Princeton. And folks, we are going to get right into the action. Up first is AWF versus DZW, as this man has something to prove here tonight.
The following is your opening contest of the evening. Introducing first, representing the American Wrestling Federation, AJ Bronze.
AJ Bronze was supposed to be the last participant in the gauntlet match to qualify for the CAS All-Stars ladder match at CAS All-Stars 12. This all went down at Checkpoint. Instead of making his entrance, Cobie Vinson decided to attack AJ Bronze and take his spot in the gauntlet match that Cobie Vinson went on to win by defeating Al Cabrera. Cobie Vinson did not walk out the victor in that match, but AJ Bronze is here looking for revenge and also looking to represent AWF. AJ Bronze, quite a skilled competitor in his own right, former first ever AWF Internet Champion. But I don't know if making history is going to be enough to go up against this man.
And introducing his opponents, accompanied by Ryan Paul Jones, he is the Problem, Cobie Vinson.
Vinson Mob assemble, because we have a problem. Folks, if you want to have the conversation about star-making performances, breakout performances at CAS All-Stars 12, look no further than Cobie Vinson. Cobie Vinson went into that ladder match winning the Checkpoint gauntlet, a spot that he stole from AJ Bronze. Went on to obliterate just about everybody in the match. It took outside interference from Tyrese Williams, representing ECF, a man of similar size to Cobie Vinson, to take him out of the match. And folks, they brawled all the way to the back. I still don't know the outcome of that fight, but Cobie Vinson doesn't look scathed by Tyrese Williams. In fact, he appears more focused and determined than ever. And one has to know, will his performance at CAS All-Stars 12 get him a spot at CAS All-Stars 13 this upcoming year? That's still something to be determined. But nonetheless, everybody is talking about the problem. It's no secret how pivotal RPJ has been to this man's career. Cobie Vinson has been the most dominant force in Danger Zone wrestling that we've seen to date. But what you cannot do is underestimate AJ Bronze. What you cannot do is overlook AJ Bronze. Because if he does, AJ Bronze just might be able to make history again by being the first man to decisively pin or submit Cobie Vinson in a Danger Zone wrestling ring. And what a blow that would be to the stock of the problem. What a blow that would be to RPJ's investment. Referee rings the bell and our opening contest is underway. AJ Bronze and Cobie Vinson. AJ Bronze striking first. Cobie Vinson catching him in the leg, missing a strike of his own. And now Cobie Vinson with the second right, third right, and just launching these haymakers at AJ Bronze. And we've seen this before. Cobie Vinson trying to take the air out of AJ Bronze. Probably even break a rib as he just tosses him across the ring. AJ Bronze employing a similar strategy to other men, striking first against Cobie Vinson, being the aggressor. The issue in that strategy is that it only seems to piss off Cobie Vinson even more as he just pulls AJ Bronze up by the hair and tosses him down. AJ Bronze with the jawbreaker counter. There's a chop, there's a punch. Another punch. Now, Cobie Vinson now tripping AJ Bronze. AJ Bronze prone against the middle rope. Vinson with a strike to the side of the head. Something common with Cobie Vinson, it only takes one move, one counter to put him firmly back in control of a match. As Cobie Vinson hits his first powerbomb, and we've seen powerbombs aplenty in Cobie Vinson's matches lately. Almost destroyed Travis Killings, and oh wait a minute. Vinson was thinking chokeslam. AJ Bronze getting out of it, going to the top rope, but left Cobie Vinson too much time. AJ Bronze manages to counter. Hurricane Rana from the top rope to Cobie Vinson. First time I think Cobie Vinson's been knocked down in this match, but kicking out before the count of one. AJ Bronze is definitely going to have to use speed to his advantage, but Cobie Vinson using deceptive speed with those punches. What AJ Bronze cannot try to do is out-muscle Cobie Vinson, as he went for a calf crusher that was not even legal due to the proximity to the ropes. What's AJ Bronze going for now? Looks like he's going for a German of some sort, but Vincent slamming AJ Bronze down. And you can see the effects of that move, just the authority at which Cobie Vinson slammed him down. And now dragging his boot across the face of Bronze, and a running boot straight to the face. Cobie Vinson determined to get back after the DZW Championship. Is trying to make an example out of AJ Bronze right now. Now he has him by the waist, and wait a minute. Cobie Vinson with a sleeper hold to AJ Bronze. You can see AJ Bronze fighting for dear life. And oh, AJ Bronze out cold. The referee's calling for the bell. Cobie Vinson has put AJ Bronze to sleep.
Here is your winner by way of submission, The Problem, Cobie Vinson.
Cobie Vinson with yet another emphatic victory. You gotta believe after that confrontation with Bison last week, that was not only a message to Bison, but the entire Danger Zone Wrestling roster that The Problem is just as dangerous as ever. Probably even more so now than ever before. Cobie Vinson extending his streak, having the most wins in Danger Zone Wrestling history. AJ Bronze still motionless. And oh no. Cobie Vinson trying to go for a Vinson kick, and he hits it. Uncalled for. Wait a minute. That's Bison's music. And Cobie Vinson looks pissed. Bison has seen enough and is coming out to confront Cobie Vinson. Cobie Vinson backed down from a fight against Bison last week. Bison looking to take the fight directly to Cobie Vinson, and wait, that's Kevin Wonderman. That is Kevin Wonderman. Kevin Wonderman attacking Bison. Wonderman had expressed on the most recent exclusive that he was sick and tired of everybody talking about Bison and Cobie Vinson or luck of the draw. Wonderman planting Bison on the entrance ramp. Wonderman has laid out Bison before our very eyes, and there may be hell to pay for his actions.
Let it struggle with the root of all evil. What that make you? Rock Lost with nothing but fractures. Imagine having the appetite of a beast, but it's hard to be a lion when there's nothing to eat. All these cracks in my heart, like all these cracks in the street. When I've been walking so much, I swear I can't feel my feet. But I don't buckle. No matter the pressure, no matter the wind, the rain, no matter the weather, I am forever. This is the sound of the truth. This is the sound of the truth. This is the sound of the truth. This is the sound of the truth.
And folks, we go from bad to worse. We saw Kevin Wonderman lay out Bison earlier. And now here comes this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dignified Drew Cutler.
Drew Cutler announced last week that he was making his transition to the heavyweight division and made it clear that the DZW Championship was in his sights. Made it clear as ever by attacking the DZW Champion Travis Killings. And Drew Cutler, a brave man coming out here tonight. You gotta imagine that Travis Killings wants his revenge as soon as possible. But after such an emphatic statement last week, what could Drew Cutler possibly have to say to the Danger Zone faithful this week?
It feels good to be the best. Now, in case you didn't catch the last attitude, let me fill you in, boys and girls, because the Dignified One is here. And when the Dignified One speaks, when the Dignified One talks, when the Dignified One does what he does in that ring, you all watch, you all listen, you all pay attention. Last attitude, I came out and I showed the world why I am the rightful and worthy #1 contender to the DZW World title, because Travis Killings got laid out by yours truly. I took out Travis Killings, the big dog in the yard, the man that has been champion for so long. So he's just begging for someone to knock him down a peg. And that is none other than yours truly. And I have an impressive resume. What more do I need to say? I was the longest reigning and the greatest No Limits champion this company has ever seen. I'm the greatest champion, period, that Danger Zone Wrestling has ever brought and graced to your screens. You're welcome for that one. And it's been a bit since I've held championship gold, and I just need it again because I see this company struggling with relevancy while I'm not holding a championship. So Travis Killings, it's been a nice run you've had, but it's time for a new face of this company. It is time for a dignified face. So as of this very moment, Dignified Drew Cutler is your #1 contender for the DZW Championship. And come luck of the draw, your reign is over, and the Dignified era will finally begin once again, as it always was destined to be. Drew Cutler, DZW World Champion.
Speaking of champion, maybe not the one that Drew Cutler was expecting. Here comes the CAW All-Stars champion, the Ben Hopkins brand. Drew Cutler just declared himself as the #1 contender for the DZW Championship at Luck of the Draw. But I can only imagine that Ben Hopkins has other plans. You want to talk about a man that has been the talk of the CAW wrestling industry, that has been at the top of the CAW wrestling industry the last couple of years. Ben Hopkins has a better case than anyone to be that talking point. He's defended the CAW All-Stars title successfully at CAW All-Stars. He's defended it successfully in DZW. He's defended it in Extreme CAW Wrestling. He's defended it everywhere, and to date, he still reigns as CAW All-Stars champion. But what is he going to say to the Dignified One?
Hey, look, it's Drew Cutlery, everyone. And Drew Cutlery, he wants to be a big boy. He wants to just come out here and declare himself the #1 contender for the DZW Championship at Luck of the Draw. What? You know what we say to that? Because you see, Drew, I'm the Core All-Stars champion. It's not so much a run that I've been on for the past 2 years, it's more of a sprint. I'm head and shoulders above the rest. I have enough time to stop at the finish line, strike a few of my favourite poses, and then cross before anyone's near. If anyone gets a title opportunity, it should be me. So, you know, we were discussing this, we were thinking, and, well, my brand manager, Mr. Brian Stone, you know, he said to me, Ben, I want you to have a look in that ring right there. Here's Drew Cutler mouthing off, much like how GMR mouths off. So you know what we need to do for the brand is we need to keep putting people like you in their place beneath me. So Drew, I'm going to say this as dignified as possible. Step aside, get to the back of the line, because I'm having that title match sunshine.
Whoa. Drew. First of all, your claim that you should be the #1 contender is very laughable. Because the fact is, I beat you at Breakdown. So if anybody can stake a claim to that #1 contendership, it should be me. But see, Ben's out here as well, challenging for it. You know what? I think we got a swell idea brewing here. I think we got a storm that is coming about. Because see, I also want a shot at the DZW Championship. So I'll tell you what, I'm feeling in a fighting mood. I'm feeling very sportsmanlike, if you will. So I got a grand idea. No, I got an elite idea. You see, right now I see not one, not two, but 3 people wanting one thing. So I say, let's do this. Let's pick an attitude and let's have ourselves a triple threat for the #1 contendership for the DZW Championship.
Gentlemen, Andrew, I hate to interrupt this debate you're having, but I noticed that you were talking about the DZW Championship without the DZW Champion, so I thought I'd interject for just a brief moment. As far as the triple threat to determine the #1 contender for the DZW Championship is concerned, personally, I'm all for it. Ben Hopkins, the Ben Hopkins brand, you've been the talk of the entire CAW wrestling world for over 2 years. Matt Black, you've gone from a rising star to a household name. And Drew Cutler, win or lose, I owe you a receipt from last week. In fact, the only reason why I'm not out there beating you from pillar to post right now is because I have some news that I think you're all going to want to hear. Like I said, triple threat, all for it, but I feel like there's something missing from that equation. Someone that's been impressing me personally as of late. Someone that, like myself, like Ben Hopkins, is a champion in his own right. And someone that knows not only Matt Black pretty well, but he also definitely knows Drew Cutler very, very well. So with that said, this #1 contenders match is going to be a 4-way match. For who that extra man is, I'll let him introduce himself. Best of luck, gentlemen.
Oh man, the 4th man that Travis Killings was talking about is the No Limit champion, Jake Hyde. And folks, we have a blockbuster on the way to determine the #1 contender.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Call All-Star is here. Now, I have business that I need to tend to tonight on Attitude, but we're going to put that on hold for just a moment. It's because me and you, we have beef. That's right, you, the stupid and idiotic fans, and you, the ungrateful and untalented wrestlers in this business. Year after year after year, people start shooting, brother. Whether it be speaking into a microphone or saying it on social media, or even those who say it really quietly on their private Discord servers in hopes that the evil overlord can't hear them. I hear you, by the way. I hear all of you bitch and moan and cry because of where you ended up on the CWI 100 list. Oh. But of course, it's never your own fault. Everything is always my fault. It's because I'm not in the circle of SOG. I'm not one of Shawn's golden boys. That's why I ranked so low. Why didn't I rank higher on the CWI list? It's because of Shawn Walsh. Why am I not the World Heavyweight Champion? Shawn Walsh. Why can't I cut a good promo? It's because of that prude internet police officer, Shawn Walsh. Why can't I win a match to save my damn life? Come on. Say it with me. Shawn Walsh. Fact is, a lot of you aren't as good as you think you are. Not everyone can be the Call All-Star. Now, I know you dorks love hearing people shoot, so let's shoot. Tonight, on Attitude, I get to face my protege. No, not the big one, but the rising star, Connor Greene. I met Connor about 2 years ago, and look how much he's grown and improved. All thanks to me, of course. No one was talking about Connor Greene until I put Connor in the spotlight and gave him the tools to succeed. And now look, he's here in DZW. You know what they say. Shawn Walsh knows how to make stars. Now, Connor, we're friends, so I feel it's only fair to warn you that I can't help you anymore. I have to show the world who the Call All-Star is. I can't let you be like so many others who kicked dirt in my face after I made them into the superstars that they became. You got to where you are because I let you. But you're just a child. An annoying little brat who's in my way. It's sink or swim. And I'm holding you underneath the water, kid.
Folks, in my opinion, the word polarizing has become quite an overused word as of late. But if you wanted to choose a select few to apply it to, this man definitely fits the bill. The following one-on-one contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the American-made villain, the CAW All-Star, Shawn Walsh. Shawn Walsh, along with his former tag team partner Steven Syntax, the first ever repeat champion of any kind, of any title in Danger Zone Wrestling history. And Shawn Walsh, he used to be a guy that was beloved, quiet, humble, and something tells me he's not as loved anymore. Seen as the moral mastermind, a cult leader, if you will. But here's the thing, Shawn Walsh knows that he's hated, aptly called the American-made villain. And he's up for quite a challenge against a man he knows very well. A man making his Danger Zone Wrestling debut, a man that has made waves among all of CAW Wrestling, Conor Greene.
And his opponent, making his Danger Zone Wrestling debut, Conor Greene.
For all the flack that the CWI 100 gets, for all the complaints about that it's the same guys that top the list every year, that there's never really any growth, any progression, and it's just a glorified popularity contest. If you want to talk about growth, you want to talk about progression, Conor Greene definitely made some progress. Jumped a whopping 43 spots in the CWI 100 and is already off to a very good 2021. Just recently won the AWF Tag Team titles at Meltdown. And folks, if you have not seen Meltdown yet, you are in for quite a treat. Go check that out on the AWF network. But for Conor Greene, a man who has accomplished a lot in his short CAW Wrestling career, this might be his toughest test to date. He goes up against a man who brought him in to the CAW All-Stars community, brought him into an entirely different sector of the CAW Wrestling industry. And while Shawn Walsh has been good at educating Conor thus far outside of the ring, Conor Greene is about to get a live education inside the ring. And he might just see a very different Shawn Walsh in this match. Shawn Walsh sizing up his mentee and trying to rile up the crowd. Shawn Walsh again trying to get a rise out of the crowd. Conor Greene trying to figure out what Shawn Walsh is even doing. But folks, it's starting to get clear that Shawn Walsh is not taking his mentee seriously at all. But Conor Greene taking the fight right to his teacher of sorts, his mentor, Shawn Walsh. And springboard, flying forearm. The CAW All-Star catching quite a surprise from his student and getting knocked right out of the ring. Now Conor Greene going airborne and crossbody to the outside. Conor Greene thus far passing this test with flying colors. But he took too much time. Shawn Walsh hitting an enziguri. Referee at the count of 3. And now throwing Conor Greene into the barricade, into another one. And now Shawn Walsh, the grizzly veteran, using his environment to his advantage. And DDTing Conor right on the outside. Referees at the count of 8. Our matches in Danger Zone Wrestling end by 20 count. Shawn Walsh nonchalant, but just tosses Conor Greene's stomach first into the steel steps. And Shawn Walsh is going to try to win this thing by count out. Referee's at the count of 12. Conor Greene makes it into the ring at 13. Shawn Walsh landing a belly to belly was quite a sequence there. Now Shawn Walsh is in the proverbial driver's seat. Shawn Walsh now going for the pin on his protege. And Conor Greene gets the shoulder up. Shawn Walsh jaw-jacking with the referee. We talk about Shawn Walsh being the CAW All-Star. We talk about him being, a leader, at least self-proclaimed in the CAW wrestling community. Shawn Walsh known for being a tag team competitor over the course of his career. Double-digit tag titles with various partners, most notably with Ryan Carroll as part of Ego. But today, a decade in the game, and Shawn Walsh has yet to win a world title. Also, folks, just a reminder of the action that we have on deck later tonight. The Youngbloodz will be battling the Downfall in tag team action. I'm also getting word through my headset that's not the only tag team action we'll be seeing, as Connor Greene spins out Shawn Walsh. And now Greene to the top, elbow. Going for the pin. Is Connor Greene gonna win his debut? And Shawn Walsh says not yet. But folks, as I was saying, I was getting word through my headset, that's not the only tag team action we're going to be seeing. In our main event, it will be Drew Cutler teaming up with Ben Hopkins to take on Jake Hyde and Matt Black in a preview of the 4-way #1 contenders contest for the DZW Championship that we should be seeing in the next couple weeks, as Connor Greene trying to make Shawn Walsh tap out as the CAW All-Star firmly by the arm. Will the student defeat the master, as Shawn Walsh is agonizing, writhing in pain, but managing to get out of it with his arm intact? Shawn Walsh, whatever he was going for, Connor Greene got out of it, and it's a neck breaker. Connor Greene started off 2021 with a bang. And what a blow it would be not only to the ego of Shawn Walsh, but bad reputation as a whole if Shawn Walsh loses this match. Now Connor Greene going for one suplex. Going for two. Will we see the trifecta land on the American-made villain? And instead, Connor Greene going for a fisherman. 1, 2. And Shawn Walsh gets the shoulder up at 2. Connor Greene very nearly walked away with the victory in his debut. Shawn Walsh now slowly getting to his feet. Went for a strike. And Walsh with a spear. Common move in the arsenal of Shawn Walsh. And now just punching at Connor Greene. Connor Greene trying to grab at Shawn, but he was out of reach. Got a drop kick for his troubles. Walsh trying to turn the tide as he hits a Socko cutter. Socko cutter to Connor Greene. And Greene showing some heart, kicking out of the Socko cutter. Another common move in the arsenal of the CAW All-Star. Now Shawn Walsh has Connor Greene on the ring apron. But Greene, sunset flip. Is Greene gonna catch Walsh by surprise? And no. What a contest it has been between these two competitors. And now Walsh going after the knee of Connor Greene. And wisely following up right into the sharpshooter. Right into the sharpshooter. Connor Greene, after that, taking that drop kick to the knee, has to be in tremendous pain. Shawn Walsh showing no signs of letting up. But Greene mustering enough strength to fight Shawn Walsh off. And Greene, wicked clothesline. And this does not look good for Shawn Walsh, but wait, there's J-Crack. J-Crack is on the ring apron. There's a match going on, catching Connor Greene's attention. J-Crack waiting on Connor Greene to make a move. Connor Greene waiting on J-Crack to make a move. Connor Greene trying to focus back on the situation at hand. And oh my goodness, Socko cutter in midair. Connor Greene distracted momentarily by J-Crack. And Sting of the Scorpion. Shawn Walsh gonna steal this match, and he does.
Here's your winner by way of pinfall, the CAW All-Star, Shawn Walsh.
Shawn Walsh definitely has to give an assist to J-Crack, but on Connor Greene's end, showing that relative inexperience in situations like that, you gotta stay focused on the match, on the situation at hand, regardless of the outside distractions. Connor Greene let Jay catch his attention for far too long, and now speaking of J-Crack, looks like he has a few words for the DZW audience.
Isn't this lovely? Is this not wonderful? Is this not absolutely precious, boys and girls? First of all, I personally, the face of DZW, would like to congratulate you, Connor Greene, on losing. You know, not everybody can be winners, so congrats, kid. You made it. Kinda. But let's get to more important matters besides Connor Greene. Boys and girls, tell me it's real. Tell me it's real, this feeling that I feel. Tell me it's real. The feeling of absolute disrespect, of absolute neglect, of absolute lunacy. Boys and girls of DZW, I feel like you people forget who run this show. I feel like you people isn't showing bad reputation. Me, J-Crack, Shawn Walsh, AJ Young. Bad reputation. The respect that we deserve. From Sean Stevens to Maynard to you, the fans, you are not giving us the respect that we deserve or the thanks for making the show wonderful. My God, you ungrateful little shits. How could you be so rude and mean? Fuck all of you. But you know what? I'm willing to let that slide because I have more pressing matters at hand. Cutler, Hopkins, Black High, they all came out and they talk about the #1 contendership match that I'm not part of. But you know what? I got balls. You know, I could make challenges. That's right. What are you going about, J-Crack? What are you trying to say? Boys and girls, it's only 2 weeks. 2 weeks to that #1 contendership match. And, well, I just gotta say, Travis Killings, if you're not a little bitch, if you have the balls, if you're even man enough, I challenge you, Travis Killings, to your world title. I repeat, I challenge you, Travis Killings, to your world title. And if you do not accept my challenge, well, Travis, guess what? You're afraid of a beady-eyed little bastard. And that's all I gotta say. Have a good night, boys and girls, and please enjoy the show.
It seems like everyone is trying to make their claim for the DZW Championship. J-Crack trying to jump right in front of the line. But folks, up next, we have tag team action. It will be the Youngbloodz and the Downfall. And we also got word of the debut of Bobby Mitchell. Here's a preview of The King.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more. So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
I am inevitable.
Connor, wait up for a second. Listen, it's a tough loss, but see, you should watch. Let a real pro show you how it's done.
Jeffrey, the only reason I lost here tonight is because of the interference from Jay. And I want to point out the fact that may have been my first match, but you, sir, have had many matches here in DZW, and you have yet to win. So maybe you should focus on yourself before criticizing a rookie like me. Now, if you excuse me, I'm on my way out of the arena, so out of my way.
Whoa, Connor, relax. I'm not here to start trouble. I'm actually here to offer you something. Listen, Auburn Legacy is always looking for new members. And from both of our standpoints, we both have something in common. We both want to win here in DCW. So I figured, together, we can actually make that a reality. Think about it. You know where to find me if you want to take the opportunity.
The following is a tag team contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Adrian Dawkins, Jason Cross, the Youngbloodz. Folks, already on this night, there's been a lot to digest. J-Crack recently announced that he is challenging Travis Killings for the DZW Championship. And now, Jeffrey Albritton apparently trying to do some recruiting into the Albritton legacy. Anyway, back to the task at hand. Tag team action with the Youngbloodz, trying to get back on the winning side of things. But they have quite the enigmatic duo to get back to their winning ways against. And their opponents, accompanied to the ring by Amir Bates, Azrael, Gabriel, the Downfall. At Breakdown, Azrael and Gabriel had the odds technically stacked against them. It was John Blackos and High Impact versus the Downfall, but with a distraction from AJ Hawks, Azrael and Gabriel managed to get the victory. We have not seen or heard from AJ Hawks since that night, but Amir Bates has officially joined the ranks of the Downfall. It was at Checkpoint where it seemed that John Blackos was on his way to victory against Malik Brown in six-man tag action that Amir Bates came out and made the distraction long enough for Malik Brown to destroy John Blackos with a Jaguar knee. And you have to think that John Blackos has not forgotten about that. But Amir Bates focused on guiding Gabriel and Azrael to victory, focused on guiding the Downfall one step closer to the DZW Tag Team titles. The Downfall have started to get back on track, but they still have a ways to go if they want to get a shot at High Impact. So Adrian Dawkins and Azrael to start this match. The more eccentric members of their team. Azrael proving my point. Adrian Dawkins proving my point as well. It looks like they're talking junk to each other. And Adrian Dawkins, I don't think Azrael liked that hip thrust very much. Now engaging in strikes, Azrael planting Adrian Dawkins down with that shoulder block. Dawkins with a kick to the stomach. Going for a suplex. Azrael with the knee. Dawkins into the ropes. Azrael showing some agility. And nothing came out of that encounter. Adrian Dawkins getting countered in his own right. Now Dawkins up against the ropes. Now Azrael with a German suplex. What an exchange between these two athletes. And is Dawkins finally going to land that suplex? And instead, drops Azrael right on his face. The Youngbloods, Adrian Dawkins, Jason Cross, both incredible athletes, very agile performers. Their key to victory in this match is going to be isolating Azrael, keeping the big man Gabriel out of this match however and whenever possible. Gabriel, as we saw at Breakdown, is the X factor of the downfall. And now you're seeing teamwork between the Youngbloods. What a maneuver. Working to do exactly as I said, keep Azrael isolated from Gabriel. Azrael has not gotten even close to his side of the ring, but that could change very shortly. Azrael dropping Jason Cross. Split-legged moonsault. Going for the pin on Cross. 2. And no. Cross now sending Azrael to the corner. And a shot right to the face. Jason Cross now going airborne, but missing by just about 2 feet. That mistake just might cost the Youngbloods control this match, as now the tag is made to the big man, Gabriel. Now you're seeing the teamwork on behalf of the downfall. Gabriel now going for the pin. Referee a little slow to get in position, but Jason Cross kicking out at 2. Folks, our main event is set. This is the third of 4 contests this evening in the first of 2 tag team contests, as Gabriel with the left arm clothesline to Jason Cross. Gabriel, the man formerly known as Colin Kennedy, has definitely put on some solid muscle since joining the downfall as he tosses Jason Cross. Gabriel has put on some muscle, but it's also worth noting that the man formerly known as Colin Kennedy had some speed to him as well. As now things are not looking well for Jason Cross. Boot to the side of head and rotating sidewalk slam. Amir Bates liking what he's seeing from his downfall cohorts. And folks, this match is about both teams trying to increase their standing in the tag team rankings. High Impact has been fairly dominant as the DZW Tag Team Champions outside of an unsuccessful challenge for the Call Stars Tag Team titles at Checkpoint. But you gotta imagine that High Impact is watching this match, keeping a close eye on the team that beat them and John Blackos, as well as the Youngbloods. But Azrael has Jason Cross trapped in a submission. Adrian Dawkins trying to will his partner to fight through the pain and make the tag. And that might be what happens. Jason Cross hobbling his way to his feet. But clotheslining Azrael, is he going to make the tag to Dawkins? Not yet, looking to dish out a little more punishment to Azrael. And plants him down. That submission doesn't seem to be affecting Jason Cross's speed too much. He's gonna fly high. And drop kick to the back. Azrael is in trouble. And the tag is made to the fresher man, Adrian Dawkins. We've seen this move before. Drop kick, complete shot. Dawkins, the dancing dynamo, with the reverse STO. That rhyme, that's a bar right there. Dawkins doesn't care. He's going to take to the air. Where is my record deal? Dawkins about to give Azrael the aerial spiel. And Dawkins connects. Dawkins going for the pin on Azrael, and he kicks out at 2. Gabriel seeming doubtful as to whether or not his partner would be able to fight out. Now Dawkins, suplex, stunner. And folks, that move usually precedes that Cobra clutch slam. But Dawkins opting to try and make the tag to Jason Cross instead, which might have been a mistake. Azrael now sending Dawkins back into the corner, making the tag to Gabriel once again. And a suplex power slam combination. And now knocking Jason Cross right off the ring apron. And folks, this does not look good for Adrian Dawkins. Going for the tag again. And now Azrael stomp right to the knee. Jason Cross still down on the outside. As this match looks to be firmly controlled, the downfall. Hammerlock DDT. But Jason Cross evading Gabriel and making the save. Keeping the Youngbloods alive in this match. Now Dawkins with a jawbreaker. And oh, Dawkins going for Dream Street. Dream Street to Azrael. But Gabriel breaking it up immediately. And now Jason Cross going right after Gabriel. Not great ring positioning, not great ring awareness on the part of Adrian Dawkins. Might have been a victory for the Youngbloods, if not for Gabriel. And quite frankly, folks, I don't recall anybody ever kicking out of the Dawkins Dream Street. Now Azrael back in control. Dawkins appearing to be in danger, isolated from his partner. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Has him up, drops him down, powerbomb. Assisted powerbomb, Jason Cross putting his hand out for the tag, but Gabriel taking care of Jason Cross. And now Dawkins realizing he is all alone as Gabriel showcasing that power and strength with the one-handed choke slam. And now going back after Jason Cross. Adrian Dawkins is motionless. Gabriel taking care of Jason Cross once again. But now Dawkins had a moment to fight back. But it doesn't look like it boded well. Dawkins sent back into the corner. And folks, Dawkins goes up and all falls down. Azrael knocking Jason Cross off the ring apron. And that just might do it. the Downfall have won this match. Here are your winners by way of pinfall. Azrael, Gabriel, the Downfall. The Downfall with the victory tonight, getting one step closer to making their claim for the DZW Tag Team titles. It's worth noting that Amir Bates did not even have to get involved in this match. The Downfall with the victory is starting to creep towards dominance.
Alright, listen up, Cutlery. If we're going to work together, we should work together fine. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all the great tag teams that feature me. Ben Hopkins and Friend, tag champs. Mass Appeal, tag champs. And now it's Coral Stars Champion and Cutlery teaming up together. Now let's think about this. We need to work together. We need to talk strategy. Think about it. Who's the tag team expertise? This is what we do. You do the work. I take the pin. And then everyone is talking about us. Think about it, Drew. It's the best possible strategy.
Benny boy, I know that it is an honor. And I know how excited you are to be able to team with the Dignified One. We have Matt Black and Jake Hyde tonight. And I know we're going to take care of business as we do. There is no better wrestler here in DZW than the Dignified One. Although you are a distant second, I will give you that. So we're going to talk strategy, and what I'm thinking is, Ben, you have that All Stars Championship, but I have the Drew Cutler brand. I am the reason people come here to DZW. So I'm thinking that you can do most of the work. You can counter Matt Black, and you can take out Jake Hyde. You can smoke them out. And then once you get all the work done, you hit that Descent to Madness. I'll come in, and I'll take the pin 1, 2, 3, and we'll all live happily ever after. So that way, the Dignified brand is protected. That way, the Ben Hopkins brand is protected, and we all leave happy. So what do you think, Ben? Are you in, or are you out?
Oh man, that's cute. That's really cute. Drew, Cutlery, you've lost to both these men. So how about you take a step back and you let a real captain, a real leader of men show you how it's done. Because believe me, no one is going to want to take leadership from you. You want to talk about the Drew Cutler brand? Let's be real, that's cheap. Supermarket alternative home brand to the premium content is the Ben Hopkins brand. But don't worry, I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through winning a match when we win tonight. And then you know what, I'm going to show you an example of how to win on your own, and I'll win the number 1 contenders match against all 3 of you. And then not only that, I will then show you how to win a championship when I beat Travis Killings.
Okay, a bit more sass than I was expecting. Maybe it's the language barrier there. I know the Queen's English is a bit much at points, but, I'll give you a pass for that one, Ben. I know we have some disagreements here. You think you should get the pin. I think I should get the pin. So let's just come to a standstill here. Whatever happens, look, just make sure you leave that overgrown security guard of yours backstage. Because I do not need him costing us this match. Because regardless, we are winning this match. And I do not need your overhyped baggage screwing this up for you. You got that?
I am a giving man. So I will give you the thing you want the most. I will leave Brian Stone backstage. He will not come out. But I don't need him, and I don't need you to win tonight. Because let's be real, when you say take the lead, you mean me do all the legwork and you swooping in to get the pin. Well, son, I've done that for far too long and far too many times in tag team confrontations, so you will listen to me.
The dysfunction is real on the part of the tandem of Drew Cutler and the Ben Hopkins brand, but they need to get on the same page if they expect to pull out a victory in the main event.
When you're Mason Chronic, you gotta watch your back. John Blackos tried to take me out in the Elimination Chamber.
You're a fat bitch, Chronic.
And that bitch, Ben Hopkins,
It's a Hopkins thing. You wouldn't understand.
came after me backstage. JMI tried to poison me with his vegetables and catering.
Chronic, you need to eat healthier. You're getting too thick. You need to stop eating red meat and eat broccolini.
But no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, there is nothing and no one that can stop me.
You and me, bra and panties match right now.
I win.
No, Chronic, we all win on the AWF Network.
Before our main event, we have a few matches confirmed for next week. The DZW Tag Team Champions High Impact will go against Al Cabrera and the debuting TJ Nicholson in tag team action. And it is confirmed that John Blackos will be able to get his hands on Amir Bates, and Amir Bates' formal in-ring Danger Zone Wrestling debut also coming up next week. And folks, in 2 weeks, it is Danger Zone Wrestling Attitude King's Coronation. And so far, we have it confirmed. Travis Killings will defend the DZW Championship against Jay Crack. And Bobby Mitchell, the King, will make his Danger Zone Wrestling debut. One of the hottest commodities in all of CAW Wrestling will officially make DZW his home. And confirmed earlier tonight, Drew Cutler, Matt Black, the Ben Hopkins brand, and Jake Hyde will all battle for the number one contendership for the DZW Championship. And also confirmed for exclusive, Kevin Wonderman will go one-on-one with Bison. Now with all that said, our main event is here.
The following is your featured contest of the evening. Tag team action scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, here's the CAW All-Stars champion, the Ben Hopkins brand.
Last we saw Ben Hopkins in in-ring action. He retained that CAW All-Stars championship in a gritty contest against Scott McShannon. Ben Hopkins has defeated at this point countless other names to retain that CAW All-Stars championship. And at this moment, at this current juncture, is very likely to walk into CAW All-Stars 13 as the reigning champion as well. Ben Hopkins feeling his status as the CAW All-Stars champion and as the talking point of the pro wrestling industry should automatically earn him a CAS Stars a DZW championship match. But of course, there's 3 other men who have their sights set on the DZW championship, not including J-Crack. And this man is certainly one of them.
And his tag team partner, Dignified Drew Cutler.
Drew Cutler and the Ben Hopkins brand, a prime example of 2 egos clashing. How they're going to be able to function and work together as a cohesive unit in this tag team match is to be determined, but so far it is not looking good. Both men arguing backstage over strategy for this match. Drew Cutler, familiar with both of his opponents in this tag team contest, recently lost to Matt Black at Breakdown, and before that lost to Jake Hyde, lost the DZW No Limits Championship to Jake Hyde. Drew Cutler feeling that he conquered the No Limits division, that he has nothing else to accomplish in the No Limits division, is making the jump to heavyweight. But in order to officially crown himself the #1 contender, he has to go through not only his tag team partner, but 2 of his fiercest rivals in Danger Zone Wrestling. The Dignified One looking to turn DZW into his Dignified era. He has quite a few enemies standing in his path, but I don't think Drew Cutler would have it any other way.
Now introducing their opponents. Up first, Matt Black.
Matt Black has been running a huge wave of momentum lately, not only defeating Drew Cutler at Breakdown, but also recently participating in the main event of CAW All-Stars 12. It was an unsuccessful effort against one of his opponents tonight. But Matt Black has been one of the top stars in Danger Zone Wrestling ever since he arrived, and it only makes sense for him to stake his claim for the DZW Championship. Matt Black quite familiar with his tag team partner Jake Hyde, having made it all the way to the King of Flight finals against each other. Folks, what a match that was, and as much fight that Matt Black brought, Jake Hyde brought just a little bit more that night. Went on to win the No Limits Championship from Drew Cutler. And now 3 of the top competitors from the No Limits division have another prize in mind, along with the Ben Hopkins brand. And with that, folks, we are not only in for a treat for our main event tonight, but when these 4 men go head-to-head in 2 weeks, that's definitely going to be a blockbuster performance for every individual involved. AWF Championship. The other question to answer is that luck of the draw. Will one of these men be going up against the reigning champion Travis Killings, or will they be going up against the man that is challenging him in 2 weeks' time, J-Crack? A lot of answers we need to get in the next couple weeks on the road to luck of the draw, as we wait for the final participant in this match. And here he comes, Jake Hyde. Jake Hyde was a personal selection of Travis Killings.
And introducing his tag team partner, he's the Danger Zone Wrestling No Limits Champion, Jake Hyde.
Jake Hyde, personally selected by the champion himself. Jake Hyde has been synonymous with Danger Zone Wrestling ever since his debut, not only winning the No Limits Championship, but also with the former reign as tag team champion, being the first man to hold 2 titles in Danger Zone Wrestling. Now with the opportunity to not only be No Limits champion, but hold the DZW championship at the same time. Folks, that would be history, and that would certify Jake Hyde as possibly the greatest performer in DZW history to date. But he has quite a road. Familiar with Drew Cutler, not so familiar with the Ben Hopkins brand, pretty familiar with Matt Black. Jake Hyde has a goal in mind, looking to add more gold around his waist and make a statement with a victory in this tag team match. Folks, we are underway with our main event, Drew Cutler and Matt Black to start this match. Familiar foes. And Matt Black taking Drew Cutler right off of his feet. Drew Cutler got too cute and it cost him dearly. And you gotta imagine, as much as the Ben Hopkins brand wants a victory in this match, I don't think he's too upset about Drew Cutler taking some damage. And Matt Black with a kick right to the face. Black now sending Drew Cutler into the corner, the man that he defeated at Breakdown, the man that has been a thorn in his side since his debut, and again, taking Drew Cutler right off of his feet with another strike. Drew Cutler not looking too good thus far to make his case. The challenge for the DZW Championship, standing slice spread to the dignified one. Is this going to be a short main event? And no. This match has been all Matt Black thus far. But now Drew Cutler with the counter. And a discus clothesline with strength. And if you want to turn the tide back in your favor, that's quite a move to do it. It's now Drew Cutler, the dignified one, trying to get this thing in control for his team. And immediately, as he gets the advantage, making the tag to the Ben Hopkins brand, in comes the CAS Stars champion, the Big Mac. And classic Ben Hopkins kick combo. And a kick right to the head to finish it off. Ben Hopkins now dropping Matt Black with an SCO. Looks like a little bit of a struggle there for a minute. And now Ben Hopkins telling Drew Cutler, that's how you do it. I think Drew Cutler was mocking Ben Hopkins as his back was turned. Well, it looks like took too much time. Focusing on Drew Cutler as now Matt Black is back in control. Hopkins in the corner, and the tag is made to the No Limits champion. And what teamwork on the part of Jake Hyde and Matt Black. Hyde with the senton. Jake Hyde, the reigning No Limits champion, most recently having defeated V-Pac to retain at Breakdown. And before that, finally getting the win that he desperately needed against Drew Cutler. As now Hyde going for the pin on Ben, and the CAS Stars champion kicks out. Now Ben, kick to the gut, another kick to the gut. And a couple right hands. More strikes on the part of the CAS Stars champion. And Jake Hyde with the clothesline. Now Hopkins is back up. Float over DDT. But Hopkins had other plans. Now the Ben Hopkins brand drops Jake Hyde using his athleticism in a wheelbarrow type maneuver. Now Hopkins with an SCO of his own to Jake Hyde. Tag made, in comes Drew Cutler. And folks, this is going to be an interesting flashback. Both of these men absolutely despise each other. The wars they had for the No Limits Championship. Drew Cutler, of course, defeating Jake Hyde to become the inaugural No Limits champion in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Cutler winning that title through nefarious means, and it has been a rivalry ever since. And now Drew Cutler seeming to get a little carried away in the brief moments that he has had Jake Hyde's number, and all there, that is uncalled for. Drew Cutler raking the back of Jake Hyde and dropping him down, showcasing some atypical strength, but Jake Hyde kicking out at 2. Cutler now just stomping Jake Hyde in the face, and now yanking his arm. Drew Cutler known for that slower, methodical pace, very much against the ever-common high-flying style of the No Limits division and call wrestling in general. Now Drew Cutler has Jake Hyde trapped in the label lock, also known as a crossface. Jake Hyde very close to the ropes, but managing to shake his way out, not needing a rope break. Now Jake Hyde just driving his knee into Drew Cutler with animosity. Hyde has Drew Cutler in the danger zone. So many crash landings have happened from Drew Cutler's position on that top rope, but Drew Cutler fighting his way out, and Jake Hyde drop kicks Drew Cutler to the outside. Jake Hyde now launching himself onto Drew Cutler. And wait a minute, now Ben going after Jake Hyde on the outside. Ben Hopkins attacking Jake Hyde. Hopkins not the legal man in this match at all, but doing it to try to get some momentum back going for his team. Referee's count is at 5. And that interference from Jake Hyde was just what Drew Cutler needed. Thus far, ego and personality has not been a problem. Drew Cutler and Ben Hopkins have been able to work as a cohesive unit, as now Ben Hopkins goes right after Jake Hyde's arm. And suplex into a stunner. Saw this move from Adrian Dawkins earlier tonight. Ben Hopkins doing a suplex stunner of his own. Go for the pin on Jake Hyde, and no. Matt Black seemed a little bit worried that that was going to be the end for his team. And now Ben Hopkins is stomping Jake Hyde in the back of his head. Like I said, folks, Ben Hopkins and Drew Cutler have, to their credit, equally pulled their weight in this match. And as Ben Hopkins is in control, just choking Jake Hyde. Just disgusting tactics on the part of Ben Hopkins and Drew Cutler in this match so far. And you have to think that Jake Hyde and Matt Black may have underestimated both of their ability to work in tandem. But Jake Hyde's bulldog counter might will him back into this match, and Jake Hyde with a shot for Drew Cutler. Now Jake Hyde looking to fly high, looking to go airborne. And Drew Cutler, trying to go after Jake Hyde. Jake Hyde jumped off at the last second. And again with a shot for Drew Cutler. Ben Hopkins on his own. Jake Hyde was thinking AA. But Ben Hopkins manages to fight out with a few elbows. And are we going to see it? Mass appeal move of friendship. And Jake Hyde gets the shoulder up at the last second. Mass appeal move of friendship. We've seen Ben Hopkins hit so many times. Usually a setup for the Descent of Madness. But so far that has not come to fruition. Now Jake Hyde makes a tag to Matt Black. And the most classic and maybe basic tag team move in the book, that drop toe and elbow. And again with the shot to Drew Cutler. Drew Cutler has been knocked off of the apron multiple times in this match. And Matt Black with the hot shot stunner. And are we going to see Matt Black go airborne? And yes, he does. Forearm to the outside. Drew Cutler now finally getting back on the ring apron. Ben Hopkins looks dazed. Matt Black springboard and a knee to the face of Ben Hopkins. Matt Black is fired up. And this doesn't look good for the Ben Hopkins brand. Koji clutch. Koji clutch to Ben Hopkins. Drew Cutler not lifting a finger to stop this move so far. Gonna let Ben try to get out of this on his own. It's not looking good. But as I say that, Ben Hopkins fights out. You gotta wonder if Drew Cutler was just trusting Ben Hopkins to get out of the Koji clutch, or if he was trying to make him suffer. Matt Black with the DDT. And now sending the Ben Hopkins brand into the corner. And arm drag from the top rope. We've seen arm drags finish matches here in CAW Wrestling, but Matt Black with an impressive diving move. And the Ben Hopkins brand kicks out. What a tag team match here in our main event. Matt Black looking to put it to an end. Is he thinking kill switch? And Ben Hopkins with the reversal. And we're gonna see it again. Mass appeal move of friendship. And Ben Hopkins, are we gonna see Descent of Madness? And no, Ben Hopkins opting to make the tag to Drew Cutler. And now Cutler gonna get on the top rope to take a shot at the arm. Drew Cutler not done. Dignified uppercut. Probably the only flashy move in Drew Cutler's arsenal, but my lord is it effective. Knocks down Jake Hyde. Drew Cutler sizing Matt Black up. Are we gonna see dignified counter? Wait a minute. That's GMR and Brian Stone. Ben Hopkins' brand manager is getting beaten to a pulp by GMR in that steel chair. Remember, it was Cutler's request to have Ben Hopkins leave his brand manager backstage. And as a result of that, GMR beating the hell out of Brian Stone, trying to get some revenge for what went down at Breakdown. And I think Ben Hopkins now just seeing what's going on. Ben Hopkins now running to the backstage area, opting to protect his investment. And I think Drew Cutler is now just realizing what's going on, realizing that his partner has left him high and dry. And this does not look good for Drew Cutler. Kill switch. Kill switch to Drew Cutler. Matt Black and Jake Hyde pick up the victory in our main event. Ben Hopkins opting to protect his investment.
Here are your winners by way of pinfall. Matt Black and the No Limits champion, Jake Hyde.
And that decision pretty much handed Matt Black and Jake Hyde the victory. Folks, so much has developed here tonight. But with that said, I am Antoine Princeton, and I am signing out.